Radiant team ban. DK's turn to ban. DK's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. DK's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Needs assassin. Invoker.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm good.
You sound really good. We've got our TriCast going today.
Reserve time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got our friend the bird. He's joining us on the cast.
I thought I don't know, I tried another mic. It's supposed to block out the bird sound.
Well, I appreciate your effort, but you need to work on it harder. No, it's good. I don't mind bird at all. I think it adds some character to the cast. But Winter, coming up, we've got best of 3 here. It's DK versus Newbee. The format for the playoffs is double elimination, so the loser is not actually eliminated, contrary to what I had said previously in another broadcast. But they are knocked down in the loser's bracket, and they've got a harder road if they want to make it to Kiev. So with that being said, the draft's underway. Let's go ahead, we'll hop into it, and we'll talk about what the teams are plotting here. So, well, we see DK on the Dire side, Newbee on the Radiant to start things off, and I'm very interested to see how the draft progresses, but it was a first overall pick, Batrider. A hero has completely come back to prominence. I know you like to run him a lot for Orange. He fell off for a bit, but he's been really popular in Asia and pretty much every region, to be honest.
5 seconds
I guess
remaining.
he's still really good now, apart from the fact that the ultimate is just a bit harder to use, but he's still the same hero like when he was first pick and first ban a few patches ago.
You just have to be more precise with your blink. Like, now you can't just blink near them, you've got to blink right on top of them.
Yeah, and the other thing is the vision. I think the vision nerf is actually hurting him more than the range of the lasso, because without vision you can't pinpoint the best point of initiation without his vision is like really bad when you're fireflying. It's really, you can't really see anything unless someone else on your team gives you vision to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in reply to the Batrider, there are some ways to deal with him, and Nyx Assassin is certainly one of them. They'll have the Carapace to walk in Firefly when the initiation comes, and how they look to run it is, well, with the Invoker pick, this suggests an Ice Invoker. Would be surprised to see anything to the contrary. I also do want to mention, before we talk too much more about the draft, Burning is back in action, he's back in the captain's seat. We had brief stand-in period from Black, but Black no longer with the team, at least not for this game. I don't know how healthy Burning is. I guess that'll be a question we'll see sort of over the course of the series, but if he's playing, I imagine he feels it gives his team a better chance to win.
He's healthy enough to captain the team. No wonder the drafts feel a little weird from the start. Doom ban.
Yeah, this is more a Burning draft and maybe a little bit less of a Mushi draft.
He gave away the bat and he picked the Nyx right away. He wants to use the Nyx against the bat. You only work in the early like 20 to 25 minutes until about
10
there
seconds
before the bat
remaining.
gets his BKB, or the bat can just initiate without using Firefly, so he
seconds
can't
remaining.
carapace him. But usually you
Yeah,
have
and then
the Firefly
pop it
on.
later on if you want to.
Yeah, but usually you have the Firefly on to just bypass
DK's
the
turn
Terran
to
and just
pick.
find your best angle. But BKB is just a very important item for him now.
Absolutely. And Message was the reply from Newbee, so they go for a support that hasn't really been a high priority, to be totally honest. The two big ones got banned in the first stage, the Shadow Shaman, Ancient Apparition, Lycan, also the... And in the second stage, the one ban that I find quite interesting is this Wisp ban. Something DK has run once in a
10
while.
seconds remaining.
It's always just the threat of the tiny Wisp. It came their go-to
5
strat for a little
seconds
while
remaining.
at MLG Columbus. We saw it after that. Later on, I believe we saw it in the WPC Ace
Reserve
Finals.
time.
It's something that they'll turn to in big matches, and just kind of a terrible way to lose, right? You give away that Wisp Tiny, and before that you thought the draft was solid. Suddenly you don't have an answer for the relocate, and the draft just falls apart. So, Newbee, I feel like just play it very safe with that Wisp ban.
Yeah, I think the Wish is very good here for DK if they get it. There's a Nyx to find a pick off and Invoker Soundtrack
Radiant
to
team
combine
pick.
with the relocate. So banning out the Wish here is really good. Like it even counters the Bat Rider to a certain extent.
The Centaur now comes out, so that'll be Isis here. This does put Nyx. It
No,
could be the
it's-
mid.
Yeah, it's actually I think Mu
Is
will
it
be on the
possible?
Centaur. Yeah.
Mushi Centaur, you're thinking solo mid? Or
Offlane,
Centaur for
offlane like
Mushi.
the
Yeah,
one he
you're
did
right,
the
'cause they
other
have the
day.
Invoker.
10
What am I talking
seconds
about?
remaining.
Yeah, they did this before too, so... Offlane Mushi Centaur,
5 seconds
they won that
remaining.
game, but the game started awfully. This was the game in the group stage. It was actually against
Reserve
Newbee. No, it was
time.
against LGD. It was against LGD, but they had the Offlane Centaur for Mushi. They had Ice on his Invoker. They were down like 10, 12k gold, and they came back.
How can you forget that game? It was the double damage.
Yeah, it was I didn't forget it.
DK
I didn't forget the
turn
game.
to
I
pick.
just mixed the names up. Jeez, man. Why you... So now we see the Rubik come out. I like this pick against Nyx and Centaur. This Centaur blinking and you're quick, you just lift him, throw him back. And the same, because that stop does have a cast animation. And same for the Nyx, when he comes in, you can just lift him, throw him away. So, one of the better supports against Nyx and Centaur in general.
Yeah, but it's like very greedy, Rubik and Visage early on. Both
10
needs a lot of
seconds remaining.
levels and a lot of, maybe not so much of a farm, but yeah, they need a lot of levels
5
and they
seconds
can't really
remaining.
protect your other lanes early on. They can do a early smoke gang, but if your other lanes are under pressure, they are not the best heroes to sit
Radiant
down and
team
guard the other
pick.
heroes.
Wow, and they'll go into Weaver against Rubik, something that usually in the past has gone the opposite way. Like when you go Weaver, you normally ban the Rubik, but they see Rubik and they say we don't care. Sure, you've got Rubik for the lift, but if we give Burning a good start, he's just not gonna die anyway. I guess that's the thinking.
Yeah, and Weaver, I feel it's one of those heroes. If they want to go
DK's
around the map
turn to
killing
ban.
with the Centaur and the Invoker, the Weaver is the type of carry that you don't need to babysit and you don't need to take care of him. He's grown up after a few items and he can take care of himself.
He's not like the Gyrocopter or the Shadow Fiend where they're still a baby for a prolonged period of time. You know, it
10
takes them all
seconds remaining.
should grow their wings and reach full maturity.
5
Weaver, he's a
seconds
quick
remaining.
one to grow. Like insect, most
Yeah.
insects take like what, a day before they're ready to start having children.
Radiant
So
team
Burning will grow up fast this game. They'll ban out the Morphling here. Something that Alice occasionally we have seen his anti-mage quite a bit as well. At least there was 1 or 2 games I remember where they went to it. Not sure if they do it this game, but they'll ban out the Morphling for now.
10 seconds
They need a bug
remaining.
squasher, there's a cockroach, and then there's the other Nyx. I think they are
5
of the same
seconds
family.
remaining.
They need some carry that can lock these two heroes down.
Did somebody call for an
Reserve
exterminator?
time.
I think Newbee is gonna call for some blinking exterminator.
What do you have in mind there?
I feel like anti-mage could be the one that to do the job.
DK's
What else is
turn
in the
to
profile?
pick.
I feel like Gyro might be a bit risky since he's not mobile enough against the Centaur, Nyx and the Weaver. Maybe something more like an anti-mage which is more mobile. You can deal with the Weaver.
I like the anti-mage. Also in lane against Centaur, he does pretty well. Sure, you have to worry about return harass, but you can at least monitor him, and then he's just differently your threat. And so at that point, you just kind of ignore him and
Yeah.
slash it.
Anti-mage is also really good against Invoker
10
in the later
seconds
part.
remaining.
So that carry could be something Newbee looks forward to. I
And they'll
don't
go
think there's
Chen
any other
DK.
carries. Oh, Chen?
Lamb Chen? Interesting. Not... DK team will run a Lamb jungler on occasion, but only very occasionally. For them, junglers are quite situational.
It's gonna be a I feel very passive early game because like Chen and the Nyx, it's very difficult to make an opening. You can do it, but you need the appropriate creeps, and Nyx is not the best support to do it. And it's gonna be like
10
very
seconds
greedy
remaining.
by DK as well. Two of these supports take some time, and Chen is like more of
5
five
seconds
manning
remaining.
against them when he gets like the mech and 2 or 3 creeps.
I think looking at this
Reserve
draft,
time.
my biggest point of concern right now for Newbee is the Dragon Knight. Because Dragon Knight mid against Ice Smoker is gonna get absolutely crushed.
10
Yeah,
seconds
and if the
remaining.
Chen sends over a creep for the first 2 minutes, he's done.
And that's
5
where DK
seconds
have very
remaining.
independent carries. They're coming Newbie, but they don't actually need help for the Invoker or the
This is the
Weaver.
bug squasher.
He takes a while. I don't know about
Yeah,
this pick.
He doesn't have any natural stuff to kill off the mobile heroes. He just needs like time to get his radiance, and he'll be able to chase. He's gonna be good at
Prepare for
chasing them
battle.
down. But yeah, like you say, he needs a lot of time to come align. They're gonna.
Well, we're gonna see Burn just scurry bottom. He's been pulled in Observer. Just wants to look to block the camp, and we'll have to see if these sentries that Newbie have are gonna be effective. One shall wait. And they're actually sending only one bottom with King J, so it's quite possible they'll miss on the D ward here. But we'll talk more about that in just a second. We'll introduce the teams now. I will take over Newbie. I'll leave your Malaysian and Singaporean with her. Shall
Thank you.
Rider. As on. He left his shake this banana. Mr. Howard. What is that? What's the Luna on the Spectre. King J playing the Visage. He has transitioned to a support role, and that leaves Moo as your
30
solo mid Dragon
seconds
Knight.
to battle.
Just pull 2 tangos and rushing a bottle. So, Winter. It's the boys in red, TDK.
The boys with the Singaporeans and Malaysian. We have Team DK on the Dire side, MMI will be on the Nyx. Lamb will be handling the Chen, Ice on his signature Invoker, Burning will be playing the safe lane Weaver, and Mushi is going off lane on the Centaur.
Yeah, running safely. Which
The battle
you
begins.
pull out before. If they want to. Not in the first. But around that 5-minute mark. Shall we just denied a regen run that he could have just picked up?
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
actually quite safe for him to pick that up,
Yeah,
considering
that's a
that
Chen.
it's
What's
a Chen.
the Chen
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah, maybe he was worried that the Weaver was invis next to the DD, so he just like breaks it instead of.
Yeah, that would be the one way he could die, but generally the carry's gonna be in the lane blocking the wave, so
Yeah, he's not taking any risks. He's the director.
yes. He relies on his safe early game, and then later on he'll just take the clutch plays. But yeah, this mid lane is my biggest concern for Newbie. Ice Invoker has the better creep block, and it's just a bad matchup. And he's going Exhort Invoker, so it should be a very easy time for him. And then I guess the big question is, can Newbie the trade elsewhere?
Looking at the other lanes, I feel the Spectre safe lane will be pretty good. He's going to be free farming. The Centaur can't do too much to him. He's not an off lane that can disrupt the Spectre's farm. And they will have the Bat Rider getting towards the jungle later on, after maybe a few minutes in the lane. He can even like go. He can even maybe stay in the lane for quite some time, considering this lane is actually not that dangerous to him. Until
You know, Winter? Oh, sorry.
yeah, until they reach another few levels, they're actually gonna try and kill him. He still has Firefly.
They don't show away here, but he'll Firefly north, and they'll actually let it get. No, it's only a low under, so not a lot of damage. Don't push this yet. Interesting DK. 2 things I've lost during the Chen. And 2 things block their own big camp. So this is where Xiao Wei can't do the side pull. And maybe the Chen is almost designed as a counter, but I would deal with the batter offlaner. You don't need this camp, you don't need a double pull, because you've only got one support pull lane, you'll just stick this one. And if he goes to contest that, he's missing the lane experience. And then Lamb gets a ton out of the wood, so this off the bat feels like it may not be quite as effective, although it still will be effective as it normally is.
Yeah, but having the Chen, I feel that the other reason is being that Newbie needs, like I mentioned, the Rubik and Visage needs to take a lot of levels, and they can't really jungle efficiently. So if you pick a jungler of your own that can jungle and do something later on, it's gonna be pulling your team ahead in terms of XP.
Oh, Xiao Wei is looking to contest here. He walks in, will steal just a few creeps. Alright. Majority of them were claimed by MOI, and Xiao Wei does hit level 3, so still doing well. And that's why you run the offlane Centaur. Not as good at finding experience in the offlane as a hero like the Batter. So, even though the 10 helps counterbalance, overall it's a pretty even start. I am found Illusion, so his jungle game is just very swift up to this stage.
Yeah, he's gonna be just power farming. There's not much rotations that he can make this early on, considering the lanes his team has. But when he reaches the point where he has his mech, that's gonna be a very strong point. Double Forge Spirits, 2 or 3 crits from the Chen, and a mech.
I gotta say, Moon playing this one quite well. He was the bottle, and he hasn't taken too much harassment. Still sitting on one of his pool tangos, has the boots out. The bottle is going back to base, so I mean, he's doing his job, but this is where Ice looks to punish him. Nice Dragon Tail there. Will help keep him safe, but Ice is not winning this quite as hard as I expected he would. Moo's just playing very, like, intelligently and not taking too many risks in the lane.
Yeah, Mushi's gonna pull one wave of creep, hopefully, towards his side. Oh, okay. He actually took a risk there, he could have got lifted.
Yeah, it's where the Rubik has 290 move speed, just a little bit too slow for the boot Centaur. I think he was like 10 units out of range or something.
Yeah, he almost got the lift off. Might have been his death there. They're gonna smoke towards me though, here. Level 2 on the Visage, level 2 as well on the Rubik. Oh, this is gonna be... They need to execute this really well.
And while this is happening, DK applies pressure top. Your Spectre not yet level 6. Batrider will return to the lane. Gotta be careful about Carapace into Impale. It's not level 2 Impale. She doesn't have the best creeps though, so probably not gonna get this yet.
Yeah.
And the smoke will go top. No rune here. Oh, can they actually fight into this? I don't know if they want to fight into this DK army. This is
maybe
very
if
risky.
if the Dragon Knight has a teleport, maybe they can. If someone else can come in. There's no Haunt and there's no TP on the Dragon Knight.
There's no TP coming either, so no way contest really. This gives Mushi more in the offlane, although he doesn't realize it, but he will soon. These supports are about to throw themselves up.
I don't know about this. I thought they could have just still tried me though. I thought there was a better chance of them succeeding there. But very well.
It's an Exort Invoker. If you catch him, he's dead. He's not getting away from that.
I thought like the chances of them getting the kill was in middle, but probably they were just more worried of the tower taking a lot of damage or even potentially going down. That's why they just rotated to top.
Of course, the one risk with the with going is he's burnt teams before. I think actually in that same game against LGD, they dove him in, and he ended up getting the first blood just with a well-executed Cold Snap and Sunshine under tower. So teams are that's almost respect to Ice. I want to say, just like we don't want to risk it.
It's also the other point. I think the one point where maybe it drove them to ditch the idea of ganking mid was because the Dragon Knight hasn't have level 6. It's gonna be hard. They need the Dragon Knight to have a stun on the Invoker first before the Rubik follows up, since he's very slow and no boots on the Rubik.
And now these Newbee supports are really falling behind because of that failed gank. Level 2 on both of them, level 3 Nyx, level 5 Chen. This is a concern.
Yeah, both of them need a lot of levels, and here comes to the point where the Chen is going to make a huge difference now. And after seeing the supports at bottom, I think he will just go back towards top to finish the tower.
And although Xiaowei can slow this, he's not going to stop it. Not by himself.
He can't really stop it. He might. Well, he might
actually die here. Oh, Impale actually misses. Was anticipating Xiaowei would go into the ravine, but even if that clipped him, I don't think he was going to die.
Yeah, he was at a very safe spot. Like
on lane, there's a dive on Mushi. Look at that desolate damage. Hits so hard. The stop thrown out. It's not enough. He relocates forward. First blood to Hao. Wow. That desolate damage Desolate just chews through the Centaur.
Only level 1, but it was already enough damage.
It's a great value point to have. 20 pure damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
And he has a phase boots as well, so it really adds up.
They're gonna have a trade by taking the top tower. It will depend whether Xiaowei is gonna be able to, or he's gonna try and forcefully defend this.
There's a TP for Dragon Knight now has level 6, then they have to let this deny go through, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they can risk it. The Weaver doesn't have time lapse.
Even if he did, I think he just dies under the tower to a Dragon Breath and a tail. It'd be very risky.
Yeah, it's gonna be really risky. Oh no, burning.
Burning, he's been sick, he's gotten caught. The Breathe Fire Mana though, barely living. Oh my goodness. That Poison Breath not fatal, but the tower will be denied. They did force the TP out, but Ice hasn't really done anything with it. Just farms mid, he's going for the Midas, but generally when you leave the lane against Exort Invoker, he does some damage to the tower, but he didn't have the creep equilibrium where he needed it to actually damage the tower.
Not this early though. Before he has 2 Forge Spirits, he can't really deal as much damage to a tower as people would think. I think,
Yeah, it's hard.
He's still level 7 and his Midas will be coming in the next minute or so, but he's not actually as farm as I thought he would be. The Dragon Knight left the lane, but he's like only 5 CS behind the Invoker.
Yeah, and it's a matchup that traditionally we see Exort Invokers just dominate. I've seen Isis get solo kills against Dragon Knight, but Mu has played it a little safer, and he knows what to do. Like when Isis cold snaps him, he didn't panic early on. He turned around, Dragon tailed him, and then walked away, and there's nothing Isis could do.
Probably the main reason I feel was because like the ward they played. Remember the offlane ward for DK was in this area, this position here.
Yeah.
He didn't really spot out the support rotations a lot of the times. So I thought,
Oh, they're going for a banana here.
He should be
They
dead.
start with a double edge into a Sunstrike, and it just nails him, raining down the Hellfire. They'll bring him down.
Yeah.
Well done.
There's no way he could have stormed him. Like he needed to, because it takes too long to cast against a Rubik and can just leave you. So the double edge was the best option you have there.
Nicely done. And not having seen a Sunstrike yet, just wasn't ready. Exort Invoker stood out here we see a whole lot of, and seems like Newbee weren't quite prepared for it in that case.
It's gonna give him his Midas there, and Burning has rotated all the way to bottom to pressure the Spectre's lane. They don't want the Spectre to be free farming too much here.
Yeah, he's 52-21. Now this is where Burning will get free farm though, if he wants. I mean, I guess they're gonna leave the Nyx level 6, and he'll rotate bottom, but he can still get a lot of farming the sector, so do they look to contest the sector? They give the Rubik some farm top. This is the stage of the as much meatballs as possible.
This point I feel it's a bit more dangerous for Newbee. They do not have sentries and the supports are really poor. The Nyx is already level 6. He's a decent level 6. Maybe he's gonna be looking to TP into other lanes to get something done pretty soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's our level 6. It's very dangerous, right?
Instant death to anyone, I think. No one can survive that if they got caught alone.
Now remember, there are some ways to counter gank. Dragon Knight with the TP, very scary.
Radiant
Bottom lane.
structures are fortified.
Just make her a kill. Wants to. Moosh comes through. Duke's Wave comes out. Now the Haunt turnaround is attempted to get a Dragon kill from Bernie, but he's still got time. They last. Perfect chain done. They pin him down.
Oh,
Sunstrike.
Sunstrike.
Oh, cut off the mark.
Yeah, he didn't expect him to TP at that moment, but yeah. But King J was like, he was really calm that he could have TP'd right from the start, but he knew his team was coming
Radiant's
and he just
middle tower
continued
is under attack.
staying there so that the Weaver would go on him, and in the end Burning got caught because of that.
Well, mid lane try and counter here. They'll pull the creep dagger off the tower. Continue push. And we'll suspect Spectre has phase rounds. It's a test of. He did not do a very good roll on the damage. Now cold snap, and the push becomes for the ambush.
Radiant's
Now
middle
not
tower
denied.
has fallen.
DK front or. Will be the end now. It's fairly close to the move. Barbie quite on the slow midnight. 35 and worth. Too shabby from that. Spectre's good farm. But Newbee are starting to lose ground now. The tier 1's down top, the tier 1's down mid. And this is where DK that tier 1 bottom, and then they just rip. And heroes, even more tiers. It's pretty easy to have to play.
Yeah, and then he's gonna try for Sunstrike. Oh, what happened? Where's the Sunstrike? Okay, I think he didn't notice that he didn't realize Invoker didn't have Sunstrike cooldown
Radiant's top tower is
on the
under
Invoke.
attack.
Otherwise that would have been a kill.
Yeah, he had just like nothing. No, yeah, both snap, fortunately.
Yeah, that was a wasted opportunity, but the Bat Rider's gonna get his Blink Dagger fairly soon. And when he has his Blink, that's gonna be really scary for DK. Initiation by Newbee is gonna be like a Blink lesser into the Haunt.
It is.
It's very powerful.
Well, they do have Hand of God, Time Lapse, and Nyx, so I don't think it's. And the Centaur.
If you're fighting
Radiant's
together,
bottom
yeah.
tower is under attack.
Well, they have some global help, like the Centaur. The lasso isn't always enough lockdown, and there's the Hand of God, so. Oh, it definitely
Radiant's
can be enough.
bottom
It just depends if
tower has
Newbee have some
fallen.
follow-up stunts along with the lasso.
Yeah, but at the moment DK is a stronger 5-man lineup, and Newbee just wants to farm more at the moment and speed push. They still need level 6 on the Visage, that's the key thing they need right now. The Rubik already has his level 6, he's gonna be able to steal the Stampede and counter it.
The experience is quite even, but the supports are a little bit behind here for Newbee. Their cores are doing well, but they've got a level 5 Visage, a Spectre who just hit level 6 in bottom lane. Ice looking for a dive. He did go for the Midas, he's had it for some time. Now works toward... I imagine the Necrobook, actually. When you've got the Chen, it's just such a good synergy. It could be a 4-step.
I think he wants to get his team's first 4-star against the Rubik and the Batrider. That's going to be very important for them. But you might be right as well. There's a good chance also he gets a Necrobook. It's very strong with his team's lineup.
It's also good for Roshing, and they do have the really good Roche positioning now, but we'll see.
Top lane. Mushi's gonna wait. Oh, the Spectre unfortunately decides not to go out to the lane.
He's waiting for nothing again. So I was like, am I missing something? Yeah, 4 heroes mid. Newbee they're playing scared. Look at their vision right now. What can they do? They just can't really cross that line. Not without smoking.
But they still have a very good lineup to
Radiant's
take it
top
later
tower
in the
is
point of
under
the game.
attack.
So I feel
You know,
it's still alright.
it's a direct draft, man. Let's turtle it out now. We've given up the early game a little bit. Now we outplay them in the middle of the game. We get the better pickoffs. We just take it late. That's what he's gonna look to do. Oh, top lane. They bought in here with the Centaur ult. No, just a Lincoln.
Wow,
But the early drum's making him very survivable.
did he miss the Impale? I
Radiant's
think he
bottom
missed the Impale.
tower is under attack.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I think he did. They're like stumped, but they're going bot now. Ice sucks. He could get caught out here by the smoke.
he's screwed. I think he should be screwed. Where's the Batrider?
There's no points in Wax. Nothing to do but die here. And he might just be okay with it. He's pushing the tower down, but yeah.
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
right into the
is
drain.
under
That's
attack.
what they need to. They might need more. Strike. Stole it from Bananas. The difference here though. Dodge it. And now filling up more spirits too.
Yeah, that was also really smart by my newbie. The sentry ward saw observer ward, that's why they knew that SSI thought he was safe, and they didn't deward the ward because they just went for the kill right away. SSI was like, okay, I see nobody coming for me, but
Yeah, that's where, sure, he dies, and he bought his Necro recipe before dying, and he is giving this week some space. Burning now. Well, not farming great, but farming pretty decently. No, yeah, she's hot.
they need to wait for Sunstrike. They need to wait for
They're not
Sunstrike.
killing Moo. That's not happening.
Yeah, this guy's too tanky.
This guy's 1300.
Smoke.
Good
They're
luck.
gonna go towards the burning lane right now. He's fairly weak. Lasso and he's dead.
Blink. Latho is there. They need the follow-up stuns from the familiars. Don't pull them away from them. 1, 2. Soul Assumption. Well done. Oh, there was a second there where I checked. It was just ammo from. But you have them a then they get easy.
Yeah,
I gotta say, Winter Burning, not showing that like omniscient game sense that we've seen from him normally. He's been getting caught out, overextending a little bit this game, so maybe he's still feeling the effects of his illness.
Yeah, usually you don't see him get caught out by those Batrider back gangs, and the map itself was like, the lanes are, there's no heroes at bottom and there's no heroes at middle, so there was a good chance that Newbee were going for the top kill since he's pushing way past the river, but
They not a similar game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
that one was a bit of like, because the ward saw nothing, that's why he was there because of that.
Well, this is a Xiaowei team. They are gonna use smoke a lot in the game, so can't rely on your words too much.
Are they going for Rosh? Yeah, they're gonna go for the Roshan right now.
This is the power of the mass summon strat, basically. Necro comes up. Can Newbee contest though? They've got him on here. Lasso still cooling down for 30 seconds. Familiars.
Unless they know though, they need to figure out. Otherwise, I don't think they will go without vision. They will see burning outside the pit. Oh, one of the familiars.
They're gonna be both of them. Oh no, not good.
Oh no,
this is over.
he still has the ultimate. He still has his resummon.
Still though, they won't even be there in time. This Roche is gone, and they're just gonna have to give it
has
up.
fallen to the dire.
And Bernie will take it. Now the next time they go for him, maybe he can get out.
Yeah, Spectre.
Still though, I think Newbee got good trades before that happened. Got kills on each core. They killed Burning, they killed Ice. Sure, they give up the Roche now, but getting the kills, what they get out. Lady, but here was that. And he can't really good Roche. It's part of how Newbee could walk. Anyway.
It's gonna be very risky if they fight before the Radiant Spectre, and the lead that DK has now is, I don't think it's huge at all. They're leading by 4k gold. It's because of 1 Roshan and 3 towers ahead. Creeps wise, everything is about the same.
And this is where you've got a Dragonite who doesn't have BKB, that's a core item, and it's not too far off. They'll use Dragon Tail here to clean up some
Radiant's bottom tower is under
spirits,
attack.
but yeah, like they start to literally give up grounds, and then they just wait till they're and then
Oh, they're either.
oh, this is not gonna help. No, it's not trying to just overextend bot.
Radiant's
That's the
bottom
kind of
tower
kills they
has
don't want to be giving up. Give up the tower, that's okay, but the kills they can't afford.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
he was
tower
just
is
trying.
under
I don't
attack.
think he should have like tried even to defend the tower. There's no way he could have defended the tower, but he wanted to buy as much time for his team as possible. Try to slow down the tower push, but paid with his life with the Carapace.
It was just like a low reward, high risk kind of play. Like even if we weren't gonna get a tower in exchange,
Yeah.
the were like here and here, and death of a hero. So.
Maybe if you firefly towards the tree line, towards the bottom side of the map, it'll be much safer that way. But yeah.
Well, it happens. Not the end of the world for Newbee, but that's where DK now all of a sudden they take a tower and they get a kill and they're up to like 7-8k. And now they'll go mid lane. There's a sentry ward here. I say still no points in Wex. I guess he figured if he gets stunned he's dead anyway, so why bother with Ghost Walk?
It's still deafening buzz. Oh no, he might get caught out here.
There's a blink available right onto a perfect jump from L8 into the impale. The Dragon Tail's there as well, and there's just nowhere to go. But back to the well. And DK will just start split pushing. Birdie will push in the top lane. MMY is going to come in
Radiant
reserve. If anyone
structures
TPs to
are
defend this
fortified.
tower, they're dead. There's a
Dire's
Radiant
middle
sentry here.
tower
No
is under
observer to
attack.
give. Oh, actually, they
Dire's
just have the vision from the
structures are
creeps.
fortified.
They've seen MMY. They know he's top. They have to. But immediately Snack plays for. Okay, the stalling. Well, they go in top. They found how. They even saw the Nyx. I saw them paint it out. They had to spin a bit. I swear it was a.
Oh no, Flame was on cooldown too. Yeah, I think they saw the NA, but maybe they didn't know the NA had a blink. That's why.
Yeah, it was another choice. Maybe you think I can run away. Nyx say.
Yeah, but he didn't expect the blink. That will
That's
most
what he
likely.
did.
He's still really far. Still like not that far, but he still needs some time.
That death makes it feel really far. Instead of being like 3,200 gold, it's 2,900, and that's almost 1k off just
Radiant's
from the
middle
relic.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, he needs it as soon as possible for them
Radiant's
to at
middle
least
tower
to be
has
able to fight.
fallen.
Burning has his Lincolns now, not that quick of a deal, considering that his team is like 5 towers ahead.
His CS is good. It's just the deaths that slowed him down.
He would have been really far ahead if he didn't get caught out like the two.
They did
the two
did
times.
hit him bottom as well, so he hasn't been totally on an island farming, but yeah, it's not Burning's grade A performance, that's for sure.
And this is gonna be the last tier 2 tower outside of the map. And for every tower they give up, they need to be able to get the Spectre closer to the Radiance.
It's literally just going to come down to the timing crunch.
Bad Rider.
Radiant's top
Okay, he
tower
went
is under attack.
towards the bottom side.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Can they actually kill Pow here?
I don't think so. He's too tanky
He
for
was
the
on
mix.
strike? No.
No, I don't think so. Unless Mushi was there as well, then probably they can.
It is a level, it's almost max Sunstrike though.
Dire's
That's
middle
almost
tower
500
is under
damage pure
attack.
as well. That's half his health, but yeah, I think they'd still be a bit short. Even so.
Oh, do they see him?
Now wait, blinking in. Lasso MOI pulls him back, but there's no backup here. Now the familiars come. Peeks off the Carapace though, and that could be the death of Show 8. Double familiar stun coming through. This as well, it doesn't connect. They get the first kill in the Nyx, and now the chase is on. Your Rubik, he's stolen Sakuchi, but they've lost their prize. So not the big. He's lost it on the front side. Comes in with a KB pop. He just diving for the kill. No, he won't continue. They get a 1-for-1. Just stalling, I guess, mainly while the Aegis is still up.
Yeah, the Spectre is 4.2k now. He needs another like 1k for his Radiance.
I think that 1-for-1 is worth it because now DK, they're low, they're out of mana, they use Hand of God, the mech's on cooldown. They probably won't push with Sages.
And the Aegis has is it running out soon?
Yeah, it's 30 seconds, it's almost gone.
Yeah. The clock seems... Did they change the clock?
I don't know if Valve is has not entered the 21st century yet, but we have these things called digital clocks, which would be nice to have in the pit. I guess the feeling is it's not as aesthetically
I
pleasing.
swear the clock wasn't like this before.
Huh? No, this is how it always is.
But oh, never mind. Maybe I.
Invisibility.
Yeah, each quarter is 2 minutes, Winter. So when it gets 3, it's the 6 minutes.
Yeah, I remember when the Aegis expires when it's here. But why it expired? Now it changed to this side.
Maybe your clock's bugged. Mine is right at the 9 PM mark now.
Okay.
Or did you forget how to read a clock in your absence, Winter?
Yeah, you need.
You need some lessons?
You need to teach me.
I offer them free of charge, my friend. I won't even charge you. For you, you get a deal.
Dire's
Free lessons
middle
on how to read
tower
clocks.
is under attack.
You know, in Malaysia we call that brother price.
Brother price. That's awesome.
Free of charge, brother price. Okay, I'll make sure I take the lesson when I see you the next time.
When you come to LA, then you'll have your lessons. You are coming, right? No, I'm gonna put you on the spot like that.
Okay,
Okay, gonna back off
soon.
for now.
I'm coming soon.
That's such a Valve statement. Yeah, coming soon, guys. 3 years later, free to play. How cruel would it be if they delayed the release tomorrow?
Oh, they
That would be
won't.
pretty
Don't
bad.
worry.
They can't now. They've flown in Dendy. Here's Twitch has leaked the whole thing, so they gotta go through with it. Do you have any plans for it? Are you gonna have like a viewing party or watch it on Twitch or?
I'll be at the
Not
I'll be at the
so-
cinemas catching some newly released movie.
Not free to play.
Not free to play.
Oh, Winter. I don't know about your priorities. I question
I
them.
thought we already watched it.
Yeah, but it's the official release. Don't you want to be part of history?
But it's the same video, right? Is it going to be like
It's
additional
like
parts?
from what I've heard, it hasn't changed much from the one show to TI, but I could be wrong.
Okay, maybe there's some parts where it's different, but I guess the most of the part will be the same. And here comes the Radiance finally at 24 minutes.
And now, well, it's been a slow game. 10 kills in 24 minutes. Score 6-4. DK with a 14k gold lead, a 7.5k experience lead. But Newbee, the kind of lineup that win one fight, suddenly the game turns. So DK, they know
Yeah,
they have to be careful about
it's
this.
not a very huge lead. It's like all from the towers alone. If they lose one fight, they will lose the map control, and the money will go back towards Newbee. And
They're actually up 6 towers to 0.
yeah, 3 centaurs on the Chen now. This is gonna be like, I think one of the best creeps he will be able to use for this fight.
And he's got like a Nyx to set him up here, so...
Maybe even forced off one of his centaurs in. That'd be cool.
Would be some serious macro. Force your own centaur, then switch to it and stomp? That's impressive.
Yeah, Chuan did it. I can't remember on which competitive game. He did it once before, and some other player. There were players doing it a few times. Are we 2000 as well?
Yeah, then like the natural reaction is like take your hands off the keyboard. You're like, yeah, I'm awesome, and then you realize you've still got other centaurs, hand of God, and a mech to use as well.
And you need to like send back someone in danger.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. There's a smoke here from Newbee, and they're moving through. Of course, not spotted by DK. Sentry won't help you there, but I don't know.
Mushi seems like he's in a very precarious position.
He's got a pipe here though. If he gets the pipe off, he's not dying. Not without all 4.
I think he will still die if there's like 3
Well,
or 4.
I meant when it was just these 2,
Okay.
but the smoke's over now anyway.
But even if those 2, there's always the Horn with the Radiance. I still think there's a good chance he will die if they want to call.
Well, if you do that, Mushi is just like... I guess he doesn't have a deck, but in theory it's like, hey, they just haunt just because centaur. My back, come in.
GG.
Maybe. GG, look at Roach instead. This is the safe way to get a lead.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Burning has... Okay, this is very well timed. He has Desolator, they have Aegis, they have a pipe, they have a mech, they have 3 centaurs, Necrobook 3. Everything is done. They're gonna push through.
The zoo is prepared. They got the full menagerie here. Will the summons obey them in the critical hour?
There's one more thing they might want to... Okay, Chen is stuck on a cliff. There's one more thing maybe they might want to do before. Maybe get a pick off, but I still think they can just go in without a pick off. What is the Chen doing there? Okay, he's waiting for his 4 stars.
He was dewarding.
Okay, he's waiting for his 4 stars. He didn't want to use a ward to check.
That's a weird. Yeah, like you don't want to place an observer ward here when you've got 6 towers up. That's just bizarre.
Yeah, you want it to be like this one.
I don't see where you're drawing.
Right outside the entrance of the Radiant base.
Ah, there you go. Old eyes, Winter. I need glasses.
You're not even the one with glasses, man. I'm the one with glasses.
Oh, look at that teamwork. They're gonna steal a Sakuchi here for banana. What actually was it? Rubik that broke it? Yeah, I guess he fade bolted and still. Okay, no teamwork then. Just the Rubik.
Personal play.
He's a one-man team.
The familiars is gonna push out the top, but the towers are just too healthy. They're not gonna be able to get anything done here.
I think they kind of need a familiar at the bait, and you don't want to like waste your respawn.
I feel it's okay for them to have it outside because they need something to be going on the top and bottom lanes while DK is pushing S5 here.
Okay. I guess if they really need them, they can resummon them. It's just very risky if they die at that point. No familiars for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. The Visage is farming with it and pushing out the lanes, so dealing a bit of damage to the towers.
DK are still mounting the pressure. This is up on burning. Got everything they want, including pipe. They'll pop it now. Safety first from DK. They'll go in for the stun, but move. He gets stun up. Centaur stun up. 1, 2, 3, but he gets 4-step back up. He's still got BKB. He's actually gonna live. Oh, that 4-step saved him. Now they lasso burning. Pull him in. He does have an 8 here. But he can kill him. BKB gets popped. Now move. His opportunity burning. Well, they still got Lincoln's came off cooldown. But he's flaming. He's on step. He will go down. Only buyback time left in. He's gonna do it. But he time left. No health touch again. Burning. No. No! Oh, what was he thinking? Oh, the unfortunate timing from Burning, a triple kill to the Spectre, and DK might have just thrown this game, Winter. Oh boy, Burning, buyback time-lapse in. And had no health. We've even got our admin all chatting here now.
Oh no, that fight was because of like the force stuff. After the force stuff, they needed to back right away, but they still wanted to go, and it was because of the lasso. In that, when you overextend against a Bat Rider, the fight is over. 1%
well, and this is what we meant. We say Newbee is the kind of lineup that will defend high ground very well.
Yeah, you think of like DK has everything: Aegis, Pipe, Necrobook, Chen mid, all here. No, they have everything. And they still, when they overextend, they still get punished against the Bat Rider lasso.
Man, the timing was pretty unlucky though. If he had, I don't know, just died a little bit faster. If he had died faster, he would have come back with more.
I still felt that if he had HP, he comes back, the fight is still already lost. I don't think he could have.
His team would have been in a compromising position, like all up on the tower, and not just like 3.
Yeah, they can't really fight there in so deep against like Dispersion. The Visage will be spamming soul assumptions left and right, and not to mention there's a Firefly there too. It was a really hard spot for them to battle.
Burning, he's not gonna see like on him. That was a costly die. All of a sudden, your Spectre triple kill and has Reaver Gold. Very close to completed heart.
He already bought the Reaver. He feels so confident that he doesn't even need the buyback for the next fight.
Top tower is under attack.
DK, what do you think their chances are as this goes later and later? Do they have any chance late game, or are they just have to win with like
very slim, but they still have a chance because Invoker can get a Hex, and they still can kill the Spectre. They coordinate things right, but it's gonna be very hard. After the Bat Rider has BKB, it's gonna be very hard. That's the next most important item for a newbie. Means that Bat Rider's initiations cannot be stopped. Oh, here comes the Stampede.
And they all just go flying back.
Yeah,
they're very tentative now. They're fearful of this LGD or Newbie initiation. Initiation.
Not to mention the Rubik that stole Stampede the last fight also made a huge difference.
Yeah, it almost kept him alive that first time. After the Aegis pop, but now your Shadowblade comes out. Dragon Knight only level 13. He is a bit underleveled here, but he's not the damage dealer. They don't need the Frost Dragon that badly, to be honest. Not very useful against Weaver. All they really need is
see the next. She's dead.
Like, so MMY caught out of position. Something stolen from him now by the Rubik. Gets an Hell, they'll have some extra stuns for the next fight, and he'll just like. This is looking worse and worse for DK, just in terms of execution more than anything. Just going off on their own, getting kicked off. I guess at this point they'll just wait for the next Roche, but that's gonna be at least 2 minutes, maybe 5.
The next Roche gives them a cheese and Aegis, but it feels like the fight, even with the cheese and Aegis, they're still gonna be pushed to the extent to win the fight. It's very hard for them to win the fight already now.
And Newbee is not gonna give up this next Roche, I don't think. If they want to contest it, they're almost ready to. There's a Blink Force gem on Xiaowei. Spectre's godly farmed already with a heart at 32 minutes.
Regeneration.
As well as the Radiance Phase drums. He's ready to do work.
He won ultimate, and I think the Chen and the Nyx is just okay. Maybe the Nyx will be able to last a little bit longer than the Chen.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe not. But yeah.
But we're talking about how long DK will last, and what they want to be thinking about is how long they can until they can break Newbee's. But that seems very ambitious this stage of the game.
Yeah, but the next fight, once the Bat Rider lassos someone, Lamb has. I feel he like needs a Blink Dagger to make sure that every time the Bat Rider lassos someone, he is there to send him back. Otherwise, the fight will
stay
be
back
over.
and then blink in for the send back.
Yeah, I think he needs to get a Blink Dagger, so he's able to make sure that the guy is gonna be sent back.
The only thing that DK has going for them is there's no Spectre buyback right now, and
does he even need
if they
it?
win a fight,
Does he need it?
If he dies somehow, then there's no Spectre for a long, long time. But he's gonna have it soon.
How is he gonna die at the moment? It's like so hard.
So it's gonna be a force into a lasso with a gem. And then lasso back, they broke like it, they bring him right into the familiars, and Burning just gets ripped down with ease. Meanwhile, the Haunt,
Oh no.
I think could have gone for some kills here on the checkpoint heroes. Could have gone for them, but it's safe. Well, they did use up, they did use the Haunt, but I don't know if they need it.
They don't even need the horn anymore now, since Burning is down. They're just free to take this tower. Okay, this is the time where one by one, all the towers are gonna fall, and Newbee's gonna take a huge advantage over the game.
A big Wrecking Ball is coming, but there's a Blink Stop, and immediately the follow-up impale from the Rubik. Namushi on the back foot. Your Rubik is in a hope stop. He wants to drop it, but just in the nick of time will be able to retreat out. Now also on the run, and well, they'll get out. So they send back Muji, they keep him alive, and Newbee take the tower. A big red Wrecking Ball is coming in the form of Moo's Dragon Knight. They'll back up just for a few moments. And good news for DK, Roche respawns very early. Almost as early as possible, so they might just be able to sneak this. Although they're checking it now. Well, they check it a few seconds too early.
Oh no. That's very unfortunate.
We'll see how disciplined they are. Do they look to send a forward spirit in here? No, now the familiars come. Newbee are also playing Disciplined Dota. No big mistakes from them, not yet.
And the horn is coming off cooldown soon, 40 seconds. It's gonna be up if they try to do the rush soon.
You bend but don't break. Xiaowei, this really, it feels like the old LGD in terms of their playstyle. You know, I'm sure they've got a lot of Kung Fu players, but doesn't it just have that like Xiaowei is the captain kind of feel to it, Winter?
Yeah, it does. I told you the other day when I was watching them play. It doesn't feel like Newbee, it feels like LGD.
Yeah, well, we saw some of the limitations of LGD style in the past, but we're seeing some of the benefits of, you know, they've only been together as a team for a few weeks, maybe a month, and already they are like a well-oiled machine.
It's like LGD style, but with a much more aggressive players with Mu and Hao.
Maybe that's what they need. They'll Dragon Tail just to kill off a friggin' Necro book here. Why not? They feel like they don't need it on the side, so calm the initiation from MMY. They do instantly first. No Bat Rider lasso to start this fight off now. Your Sparrowhawk gets deployed, and he comes charging in. They have stolen something here, and just just a hope stop. Spectre's been kited effectively. They've lost their Visage as well, and now they start to focus the Spectre. He's getting chain stun. Can they bring him down? I think they will. Too much stun. They do it, but it almost cost them land. Getting the Bat Rider, there's no indication that DK. What a bend but don't break moment for them. They turn that one right around, and now this could be Roach.
Yeah, I think this is the Roshan they can't contest. They can buy back the Spectre, but it's no points at the moment.
Now wait, that was where most teams wouldn't want to jump a hero like Bat Rider, but DK MMY flying in right at him.
Yeah, he made a mistake over staying at that position when the Ursa scouted him.
You know, I don't think he needs to initiate. Like, if Dragon Knight starts the fights, he's much tankier, he's got BKB.
Yeah. But they are going with when Xiaowei doesn't have a BKB yet. I think, like I said before, BKB is the item they must have for the fight on the Bat Rider.
Well, DK do win that fight. Still, though, despite the death, Spectre up to 2100 gold. He continues to farm, but we've seen he's mortal. If they're able to focus him, they can bring him down. And Joey might die again, because they're not going to go for it.
They can try with the Sunstrike and Stampede, but yeah, I don't think they can kill him with only the Nyx. He's almost, you almost have his BKB soon. They really need the BKB. I don't think they should take any more fights without the Bat Rider having his BKB yet. Unless DK makes a mistake, positional mistake, someone gets caught out of position.
For those just joining us, it's only game of best of 3. Loser, not eliminated, but will drop down to LGD in your loser bracket round 1. The winner moves on to play IG, who just got done 2-0ing LGD in very straightforward fashion earlier today. So, yeah, the winner of that WinBreak finals, they're into Kiev. They're gonna qualify for the LAN finals. So you win 2 best of 3s from the start, and you're in. But you move on, and you've got the harder road ahead of you.
I was watching that game. Ferrari was like he played really well on the park, the second game.
Yeah, he had, what was it, like a 30-minute boots with Traveling Hex?
And he had a Lincoln as well.
Yeah, it was so farm.
He was very farmed. But it was still a really good fight by LGD. But yeah, it was not enough. But this game seems like it's going to go for quite some time, I feel. Because after making that mistake in middle, Newbee losing the Spectre means that they need to be very cautious. Before that they had a very huge advantage, but now it's more of a... I still think they have the advantage even though DK has the Aegis and Cheese. But they... And
the gold. I mean, DK is up to gold and take experience, but... Yeah, I would, especially in the team fights, that's where Noob should be stronger if you get the initiations.
Yeah, the goal advantage that little is really negligible at this point. The team fight is what's going to win Newbee the game, and Spectre is going to be able to build maybe one more item before the next fight. The diffusers, or maybe... I think diffusers is his first option. Top lane, are they going to go in?
Centaur ult. Both teams backing off. As for Burning though, he's gone BKB Lincolns, so now he's very difficult to focus in fights. And I wonder if Burning gets another damage item, and maybe he's got a buyback for the next fight, as 3 lives, but this time with a lot more survivability and damage items. That's where maybe he could just like instantly kill here like the Ribbon.
Oh, MMY.
They've got the gen here, they have spotted him out, and both teams just back the, both teams just in the game of chicken, they both turn away instantly. Yeah. Nobody wants to fight.
Newbee is also worried about fighting when not everyone is there. If they lose a fight now, it's gonna be really devastating for them.
It is Yasha. It'll be a Manta for now, which is the bigger overall damage output item if you're getting Desolate damage. Way more damage that way than the Diffusal Blade, but...
Yeah, I was feeling like the Diffuser could be useful against the Chen Sandbag since you can purge it off. But
do you know, can you purge off the Centaur?
Yeah, what? Purge off the Centaur?
Yeah, can you purge it?
I haven't tried it before, but I don't think you should be able to purge off the Centaur. I don't know.
Okay. Something I guess...
But I know you can purge off the Sandbag can be purged, for sure.
Yeah, it's hard of these team fights sometimes to tell. Oh, they've seen MMY, I think. Linked the hill, but there's an Observer here for the Radiant, and they're retreating. Hal even throws his dagger out.
Yeah, the Hex on Invoker will make sure they'll be able to pick the Spectre off right now. So he needs to be extra cautious wherever he's going around the map. He still has buyback for the next fight.
Well, now look aggressive here for him. He's got BKB and he's just hoping they go on him, I guess. Although his team here, so more just trying to take every bit of farm away from LG to just gotta keep on one day LG. Newbee, that's possible.
Yeah, he has, finally the director has his BKB. The next fight is, his initiation will be, like, if he pulls in the Weaver, I think the Invoker is the primary target he wants to pull, since the Weaver has Aegis, BKB and the Link, and everything, so maybe if they can pick off the Invoker from the start, it's the best way for them to start the fight.
And then it comes down to the 10, and then do they get a counter initiation or setback? But even if they set back, he's out of the fight. So.
He has boost of travel to come back instantly. That's the thing about.
Oh, you're right.
That's the thing about Invoker going BOT against this lineup. It's very good.
Alright. I'll walk with dagger. He's still a ways off from completing his inventory though. Let's see what he comes. Very defensive build. I think he might at least one, maybe even 2 damage items before he
he almost got caught there.
He's beating so let's go! And he's on that. And he got Aegis, so he's not too worried about a death, but I don't know if Aegis either.
Yeah, the Mushi at top too.
Done on Ranger there. What's that Ranger then again?
Yeah, he was moving a little quick next to chase up.
Double damage.
Alright, I interrupted you. My apologies, Martin.
Okay, it's okay.
Where am I?
Just need some.
It's not. What? It sounds good though. It's quite a name.
If you don't have that, I don't mind settling down for Papa John's.
No, we have. There's a good Asian food here. Oh, BKB. They've gone in on FY and can't person. The Chen was right next to him, and they've haunted forward for this kill. Lamb, no force staff. He's got a hand of God though. Now they pop central. They beat it in. He came down. Force it out. Range of the and with the BKB dragon. Doing some damage. What happened pretty well, Debbie, but he's just getting pushed around like a ping pong ball. 4 staff left, 4 staff right. Burning's still healthy on the flip side of the fight. If he gets stunned, he's dead. He will go down. He already popped the Aegis for this fight, and well, now the Blake center stop as he time back into the fray. He does. He rejoins the fight. This time it's a good time, a good return to the fight for Burning. King J's gonna fall here. Ruby comes in, but it'll probably be the death of Banana as well. Actually does manage to steal Sakuchi and just good escape, but now they mush down mid. Spectre buyback, no hunt. There's no buyback, and your position also. No, actually he does buyback. Attacks out of 3 here. No BKB for some of these poor heroes.
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, they what they want to do. Force out the buyback with Mushi. They want to focus Mushi. There's a sendback here. Yeah, these sendbacks, man, they are turning the fights.
They just need the defusal, seriously. Just constantly sending Mushi in as bait. He initiates and the Chen sends him back before that, and he just like comes back. He gets a free initiation. If they get a very good stomp on like multiple heroes, then they fight. If they don't get a good stomp, they just back off. It's like a free ticket.
Ticket to ride the Lamb train and then get spun back to your home ground and turn to the fray only when you're ready. Well, we see. I think what's interesting about that fight as well is I think Weaver's a bit underrated as a late game hero because of the buyback time lapse. Without it, they don't get those extra kills, but buyback time lapse late game on Weaver, suddenly he's got 3 lives in some fights and makes it different.
Oh, here comes the director. He's gonna go in. Oh no, he's gonna die.
A whole lot of health. He's gonna die Burning very quickly. Now he pushes the HP. This center is bad as hell. He's got a pipe still of health. Hasn't popped yet. Sunshine comes through. Almost clean. He's forced to retreat out. Burning is running. They'll get Mushi here. But that for Centaur seems like an even trade.
Yeah, position 3 for position 3. Maybe I would say it's a bit more to DK's favor since they have to blow the horn to get the kill.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
They wasted more resources for that. But yeah, at this point, you can't really push as DK when you have the Centaur down anyway, so the horn will be up soon when the Centaur comes out of his...
I saw Yalner on his Invoker. They want a secondary core for the late game here. They're gonna have it. He's gonna hit quite hard. Big Max Exhort, and you throw the Electric on him, or Burning. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
and the other nice thing is they get the shield for the Centaur, so yeah, Mushi is really untargetable in these fights. They cannot forward target Mushi.
Oh, that's actually a really good way of using it. I was thinking the charge on either the Invoker or the Weaver doesn't seem very intimidating at all. Then, oh yeah, they have a Centaur.
Okay, so the Centaur has like 3,300 health, he's got evasion, he's got pipe, and additional magic resistance from it, and now he's got the overcharge buff, so... You've got to ignore him, but can you ignore Centaur? I think to some but like just that stomp that really concerns
Yeah,
you.
they can still ignore him. Like, he's not doing too much right-click damage after he gets his stomps and
No,
edge. Yeah.
no, Sentra does not right click very hard.
Yeah, he does not right-click hard. But when he gets I think when he gets a Shiva, he'll be very annoying in the fights. It's gonna be very useful for him. Like, he can just blink in and cause a lot of havoc, and the minus attack speed aura will be very useful against the DK and the Spectre.
They've got a fresh Aegis here for burning. So far, the Aegises haven't been that effective. I think the last one actually expired. I didn't see him use it in the fight, but it was gone either way and didn't really do a whole lot. The other one, he just died and was supposed to buy back after wasting the Aegis, but will this one be the charm? I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, if he's like a bit more farm, maybe the last few Aegis would have been much more useful. But yeah, he's not been having the best games, getting caught out early. But he's gonna have one more item slot to build on. Maybe he still dies fairly quickly when he doesn't have BKB, since he takes a lot of damage from Dispersion and the Desolate.
Yeah, that's why he they need this Aegis advantage for the Wii to take these late game fights.
Heart maybe.
I'll probably have to buy back.
Maybe he gets a heart now. I think if he gets more damage, he still dies very easy. So I feel he needs something to make sure that he's sustaining himself throughout the fights and not easily burst down during just one lasso or just one Dragonite stun.
Speaking of Dragonite, Assault Caress is out. He's kept his farm up quite well. They're still trailing.
If I tell you that he's the only guy that's a virgin now, he's 0 death.
What? Man, confession of winter about Moo's sexual history.
Okay, that's not very appropriate, but yeah. Okay, he's 0. That's all I wanted to say.
That was like, but what you said there was very different from what I thought you were saying.
It's actually a habit that I have it's like in Malaysia. It's a Southeast Asian thing. Okay, I shouldn't have used that.
If you call a player a virgin if they haven't died yet in the game.
Yeah.
They haven't spilled blood yet, I suppose, but.
Yeah, that's what not very appropriate, sorry.
Now it's very inappropriate. Let's just stop here. Let's pretend this conversation never happened with her. We'll go on with the so DK now. 49 minutes in, they've held a lead for almost the entire game, ever since like the 5-minute mark, but they haven't ended the game yet. They haven't broken the base. They're up against a really strong late game high ground lineup, as Visage has pretty good. King J a very strong late game support on the Visage, and your Rubik's getting a pretty bad farm, to be honest. But Moose kept them. And now Hal is just gonna be way off on his zone. Sure, he's got familiar backup here, but there's an impale, and now a Mookie stun. And it's a complete beat down on the top end. And with this stun fucking Invoker, he ain't going anywhere. Whoa, he was really off on his own.
Yeah, he was like so far out of the map without them even seeing. They have only did this ward here on the river, saying there's no one nearby, but yeah, there's no lane wards and anything. The other two wards are at the bottom side of Newbee's map, so he had very little intel that who else was nearby at top, but he was so far out.
And that's a concern. That's where your Dispersion just doesn't feel powerful when everyone's tanking. Now the MKB's up on Burning. Oh, he hits hard. There's an instant buy, and it's a headlong retreat, but they last one. I say. Invoker down right off the bat. Back, moves some travel into the fight. But he comes soon. Coming to the back. Creep wave. While that's happening, they brought down Birdie once, but he popped the KB. He'll retreat out and isolate side. But Eagles for a good position. Mushi stand on 2 hero hill. But it looks like Newbee are too tanky thus far. Now the Deputy Blast. Behold Meatball. And now they're on retreat. Burning though, low as well. Forced to back off. They lift up Mushi. They drop him down. Oh, they give Pale once get on. 2, and now Bananas to turn the fight around. He hits 2 as well. They bring down the Weaver. Burning's fallen. Can he buy back? No buyback gold. Unstrike. Oh no! Almost enough. Actually hit him too. Just didn't quite have damage output there. And Chowie keeps on fighting against Mushi, but he gets sent back. I think, is that finally the end of this crazy fight? No! Ice? No, not quite enough.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Wow. So who's buyback there? Spectre bought back and Invoker bought back.
Twice judged.
Sunstrike is coming off cooldown. Sunstrike is coming off cooldown. He might just nail him at the base.
Just short.
Okay.
Just short.
Oh my, that was so close.
And that didn't have buyback, although I think they would have been Rex off of it. But yeah, just a little bit for the mark.
Yeah, he didn't manage to use the use the cheese. They passed him the cheese after he lost his Aegis, but he didn't manage to use the cheese.
This is... Did Dragon get first death of the game there? Yes, he spilled blood.
Yeah, he spilled
He's
blood.
4-1 and 10 now.
That's what I was worrying about the Weaver. He actually went for, like, he completed MKB instead of the heart. That's why he was very weak if he got locked down. He was very easy to die. But he was like worried that his team didn't have enough damage either. Because like the Spectre has the evasion already up.
Well, now there's the Shiva upon Mushi. This is where it gets hard to ignore. I finally got in the late
middle
game.
barracks are under attack.
He's a blade. How went for a value talisman of evasion.
It's value for your money, a lot of value. I can't really say too much about that evasion. It's really strong on Spectre.
Yeah, it is. Well, here's your Chen Scepter as well. So,
huh? He actually went for Scepter.
if they win a fight, like they slightly won that fight mid. If they win a fight, this time they don't have to go back to base. Chen can just, even if he needs to buy back, just buy back. Gold and start spamming his heal every 30 seconds. Just to stay in the push.
Yeah, still I feel it's not actually it's not like a very strong pickup for the Chen. I feel like late game situation, sometimes getting a hex, because Scepter is not cheap at all. Getting a hex would be much more game changing factor instead of having a Scepter.
Maybe he just wants to help versus the Spectre now. He is a bit squishy.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
The heal is really
under
good
attack.
against long sustained fight against
Uh-oh.
Spectre.
This could be the game deciding fight, and there's no
fortified.
buyback on the Spectre. And DK know it. They're gonna walk right in. The stun is there. It is on the mark, and now the BK begins. They lasso up. They target a nice and they focus him down. They need this Invoker dead. He's got no buyback. Spectre standing strong on the sideline. Banana. He does a stop, and it looks like the fight's actually going Newbee. They haven't here yet. They focus on Muji. He's tanky, but Spectre is him, and they keep on chasing. But now, K finds the way onto the backline. They bring the PJ. They assassinate support. Meanwhile, your Centaur goes down, but he doesn't buy back, and Burning starts to give chase. He's just here. If he could just start focusing him down, it could be the for Newbee in this engagement. The Nyx buys back as well. Can they bring down Burning? He cheeses. He gets in a god as well. He's still dropping fast. The stomp comes through Mushi, canceling it, casting it again. They're juking through the trees. Mu solo. The kills up the mark. Mushi get that step up. Can't do it. Great reaction from Mu. TP's out to safety. Once again, another topsy-turvy fight that feels even in the end.
The fight started with Mushi missing his stomp on. He stomped nothing because the DK managed to drop it, open his BKB before anything happened. Yeah, that was a very bad engagement, a bad fight to start with. But they still somehow managed to kill off the supports behind. We were going in and killing off the two weaker heroes first, the Rubik and the Research.
I mean, if you look at it, Newbee got a power, DK lost 2 core, and they spent chi, and they got 2 supports in return. So,
Did anyone?
technically it's Newbee's win, I guess.
It's definitely a Newbee win there. No one
But
buy
it's
back.
that convincing where you can say like that's a complete fight.
Did anyone buy back? Oh, actually Nyx bought out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I use outs as well.
Nyx and Mushi bought out.
So they lost a support and Newbee. Okay, so 2 by X, 3 heroes dead, 2 cores, and the P's used. He lost power. Newbee. Definitely a big. Ruby?
Another quick
What?
rush on
Yet?
spawn as well. LD.
The pace of the it's very right now. 2 to 17.
Hon is up, so they can just take a fight right now.
They've got the buyback as well in a minute. A minute and 203rd goal, but it's very close to it. Newbee, they're worried that the Roches already spawned and DK are taking it. They'll walk towards the pit. They'll look to clear it out.
Did they actually see the Roshan spawn? That's Chen creep, right?
Yeah, the Chen creep.
Okay, maybe they already scouted it with the familiars. I didn't see.
Nice stomp reactions from him, but lose the target. Just can't mid to the Roche area. Nobody's pushing out top. The creepster will do the job, but they'll do it slowly. And now Shao perches in position. Both teams.
He's waiting for his Firefly. 5 seconds before he tries to find an opening.
They're eyeing each other off here.
Yep.
DK a vision. So too. Actually,
But Black Rider is the king of the hills if you fight at the
Newbee
rush
don't
speed.
see them right now though.
Yeah. He's gonna clear out the echo, so this is still a really good pickup for them.
Easy gold. But now they.
It's also the presence
are
of the
pushing.
books in the fights is also very annoying for the supports to deal with too.
Side lanes are pushing in. Are they just gonna... They can't really defend top. If they TP anyone out here, I guess Spectre can haunt. Spectre can haunt in, but then he won't have the buyback hunt is the problem.
He's the only one that can just go and defend the lanes. Yeah, but like you said, if he uses his horn that way, then he can't use the buyback plus the horn to come back instantly to the fight. He wants to do that because that's gonna be the one that deals the most damage. Mushi, is he gonna get stumped?
He's got Train here, and he's got EKB. Surprised even Mushi, I guess, just not really wants to focus with the backside.
He's too tanky. He's too tanky for them to go. It takes too long for them to kill. They want to kill, the first target they want to kill is the Invoker and the Chen, these two.
They've actually been... Xiaowei has had a laser focus on that Invoker 2 fights in a row. Instantly just goes on his face and lassos him into the
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's the most important target. Like if he's down, the Weaver and the Centaur can't really kill anyone. He's the main source of lockdown, him and the Nyx Assassin. And the Chen is there to protect everyone. So the Centaur and the Weaver is actually the targets they don't want to go on first. They need to clear out the other 3 heroes. Oh no.
He can smoke around. Wrap the jungle here.
Oh, Spectre is the first one leading the way. Oh no.
Remember, he's got buyback. I don't even know if he's the hero you want to go with, so this could end up going poorly for DK if they stabilize too much. The lasso comes in, and Ice gets caught. He's gonna be out of the fight quickly. But now Mushi gets focused. The Spectre also falling. He bought back too. Both force right back into it. Finds another hero. He buys back as well. Time Lapse is right back, and Kenny just focused down. They hurt Mushi slowly. The Spectre's not dropping. That's the big problem here. Ice just working the first piece of the fight. Can't find a good angle. They've lost Centaur, and he does not have buyback. A minute on cooldown. Doesn't hold either, and now the headlong chase towards top, maybe towards mid? No, he's just going top. Push the creeps in. Maybe he'll backdoor the racks at that point. But this will be Roche, Aegis Cheese for Newbee, and possibly game. They might just be able to throw it after this. No Centaur for 90 seconds.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even, his buyback, does he have enough gold? Oh, no, he doesn't even have enough gold when it comes on cooldown, so it doesn't really matter.
Actually, Burn's gonna get stunned up here. Heaven's Halberd took the Lincolns here. Nicely done, but not enough to get a kill. Ice, he's chasing. He gets radioed though. He's all of a sudden very slow from the Fusel Blade. Stun dies! No buyback. No Centaur for 70. No Evoker for 100. And they do take on it to 3, but they might as well here. They're just giving up too many bodies at this point. This last one available, he really... Maybe he could just sell here for somebody else. No, he died. The Lincoln's up. Last wasted.
I think the DK would have survived that if the Rubik actually telekinesis the Weaver instead of the Nyx Assassin, but he was worried that he had Lincolns maybe, but his Lincolns were actually on cooldown.
Oh, I just got a BKB. Yeah, we're going in now, and Xiaowei does have a Ghost Scepter here. They're just gonna try and stall this as much as possible. Do they have it to gem for the time? They do. Lift him up, but there's no lasso. And Burning knows with no lasso, there's just no fight. Here. So Xiaowei's the one who's down. Drops the gem as well. Buys back instantly, but he's buying back with less over 15 seconds. The Rubik's gonna drop as well. And turning his game around under him. And he focuses on him. Heaven's Halberd gets, and he just goes. The Dragon Kadipa Burning, still fighting his way out. Time Lapse doesn't. He goes down again. No buyback on Burning. That's like 5 heroes hitting the deck without buyback. This game. And meanwhile they're coming in mid. Hal's just diving them into the well. The creeps break through. He's gonna take Rex. Well, he was in pursuit on the backside. So they get a single Rex. Yeah. You know, no Weaver for 100 seconds. Still on the sideline for 30. And now the list is back up. The BKB up. Oh wait, boots the in for it. They might just look to take 2 Rex. This might be for Newbee to take the game. I don't see them defending without either of their cores. They'll try though. So give it one last good shot. Blink it for Yoshi. He does get the stun off, he's sent back. Newbee, just ignore this. Focus on the objective. That's your Rex. The tier 3 falling fast. Okay, still waiting. Familiars get put up, and now the Shivas come through. But Hal's gonna take Rex here. He dies, he also doesn't have buyback though. He's gotta be careful, he's kinda tense. He's slowed down a bit. Mood has come driving through, gets off a stun, then retreat quickly while Mushi's in hot pursuit. NATO connects on 2. The meatball splashes bow. Turn around with the BKB right on his side, and I say small. Still no buyback. Once again, he's dead. Buyback. This looks like it could be the end. Mushi though. Return. Standing strong. He charges for Mushi Manning. Brings down the Spectre, who also lacks for buyback. He'll be on the sidelines for 130 seconds. Where they got buyback isn't enough. Who's gonna drop here as well? Looks like a stun. Another double in. The late game center win. The players getting a bit frantic. The ping orb wildly flying out.
Dire's middle tower is
They
under
only got one
attack.
of Rex in the end.
Yeah, they overextended for the second, but I can't really blame them for that because burning was down. I didn't expect them to lose the fight, but they were
Dire's
actually really
top
low on
tower
mana
is
and
under
HP,
attack.
and they just were overconfident. And the good thing, actually not the good thing, like the way the fight started, they pick off Ice. That's why they thought they could do it without the two big cores. But Centaur was doing so much damage actually.
This Centaur is, I wouldn't say her, he's actually winning the man fight with Spectre. At least like, Spectre's
Yeah,
at 100% health.
the return is like based on his strength. He has so much strength right now. Returns like
With the heart.
22.
With the overturn. Never would have happened. What's just flat mid?
Dire's top tower
useless.
is under attack.
22 plus 100, so it's actually around 130 per strike for the return.
So I guess the return damage gets dispersed as well.
Radiant's middle
Does it?
barracks
I think so.
has fallen.
It should be, because disperses the moves in area damage. Oh, King J.
There's a lift on Mushi right as he pops his ultimate DK, charging the middle lane. And now they're going
got
straight
it.
for the. They're gonna throw it. There's no Spectre here. There's no Dragon Knight here. DK are doing it. 63 minutes in. They have one too many buybacks. The respawns at the right moment. And Mushi sends them out. Well, earning eyes on the prize. They'll
Radiant's ancient is under
lasso up
attack.
one. They'll try and solve, but it's only in one.
DK.
But the hero comes out as well. And the GGs come out. DK take it. 24 to 29. 63 minutes in. They outlast the Spectre, DK, and Bat late game. What a game. What a game.
Oh, didn't really expect that ending after they fought against no Weaver all the way, 5 versus 4 from the bottom lane.